We've had the regulatory session, which has always been one of the highlights of our national conference.
Connotations attached to the word pesticide, and everybody wanted it to be called crop medicine.
The farmers should look at the front-line demonstrations and decide themselves.
Use only somewhere around the 80 gram per hectare pesticides are being used in India.
What I would like to say, the youth of this country, you are our power. You will empower the world.
With the objective of exploring the indispensable role of sustainable crop protection solutions in India's journey to becoming a global food hub, CropLife India organized a national conference in the presence of esteemed agricultural ministers and crop protection experts on September 28, 2023 at the India Habitat Centre, New Delhi. The conference commenced with a welcome address by Dr. Ravi, Chairman of CropLife India, who emphasized on the implementation of a science-based policy for the proper growth of the crop protection sector and further enhancing the ability of the farmers.
So I guess on the whole, we've had the regulatory session, which has always been one of the highlights of our national conference. And more importantly, the participants, the delegates this time have been phenomenal. So they have been completely kind of been sitting. And we've never had a day and a half conference like last 2 years we've been having. So we've had some fantastic panelists and fantastic discussions. And that I really hope that this is just the beginning. And I think going forward, I think there'll be more participation and more effort towards consensus building. So that's what is my hope.
The conference also witnessed the launch of a knowledge paper titled Towards a Food Secure Future by K. Govardhan Reddy, Minister of Agriculture, Government of Andhra Pradesh. The minister mentioned the initiatives taken by the government of Andhra Pradesh towards benefiting the farmers.
The initiatives taken by the government of Andhra Pradesh, now the production of food, agricultural produce are tremendously increased, and an average now 13 to 14 lakh metric tons. So food production is increased compared to earlier government. And especially this government is implementing many schemes and introducing many schemes, especially Raitu Bharosa Kendras for every 3,000 population. Almost all 10,778 RBKs have been established now, agri testing labs, and apart from that we are giving 7,500 rupees in addition to the 6,000 rupees financial assistance given by the government of India. Total financial assistance is 13,500 rupees is given to the Andhra farmers, and we are now to test and give quality inputs.
The Minister of Agriculture, Government of Haryana, Jai Prakash Dalal, mentions on how Haryana farmers are a way ahead than other farmers in different parts of the country.
देखिए, मेरा सौभाग्य है कि मैं किसान परिवार में पैदा हुआ और हरियाणा जैसे कृषि प्रधान प्रदेश के अंदर कृषि मंत्री की जिम्मेवारी मुझे मिली, किसान कल्याण की जिम्मेवारी मुझे मिली। और हरियाणा का किसान जो है देश के अन्न भंडार भरने में बहुत बड़ा हमारा योगदान है। दिल्ली के लिए फल, सब्जी, दूध जो भी प्रोडक्ट है देने में हमारा बहुत सारा योगदान है। और बाकी देश के मुकाबले हरियाणा के किसान की आर्थिक हालात भी बेहतर है और हरियाणा सरकार की योजनाएं और प्रदेशों से बेहतर हैं। हम प्रो फार्मर गवर्नमेंट है, किसान के हित के लिए काम करते हैं और जो मैं समझता हूं कि किसान की आमदनी बढ़ाने में जितनी हमारी नीतियों का सहयोग है, किसान के पसीने का मेहनत का असर है, वो धीरे धीरे दिखाई दे रहा है।
Thereafter, the National Head of Food and Agribusiness Strategic Advisory and Research, Yes Bank, Mr. Sanjay Vupulari, gave a presentation on the knowledge paper and highlighted the level of usage of agrochemicals in India, along with climate change and how policymakers can support the crop protection sector. Focusing on motivating the young generation towards farming, creating awareness regarding the procurement of food and promoting newer agricultural farmer methods, the panel discussion called attention to some major topics concerning the agriculture sector. Some of the leading women personalities in Indian agriculture engaged in an enthralling panel discussion and gave their insights on transforming and empowering women with their presence in farming.
Well, what I would like to say, the youth of this country, you are our power. You will empower the world. Think agricultural degree as any other engineering or medicine degree. Take a step right now. Learn farming. Even if you have to grow one plant, grow and handle it like a survival skills. COVID has just started showing us what we should be geared up for. This pandemic is not going to stop. What we need to get is actually thinking about the futuristic food consumption. We should always think food as medicine.
Now, if you look at farmers, traditionally across the country, farmers essentially are women. The people who are actually doing the hard work in the fields are essentially women, be it in the north of India, south, east or west. But unfortunately, that acknowledgement does not happen. As far as machinery is concerned, that is where the men actually do come into the fields, but by and large, it's the women who work in the fields. And only if we start recognizing that, only if we start acknowledging that, I think would more women participate more actively and take a step forward in tapping into the technology and the knowledge that exists.
The second session saw a captivating conversation among dignitaries from the agriculture, chemical and fertilizer sector. They talked about the innovation brought in for the new age farmers and its application. Dr. S. N. Sushil, Director, Ex-Plant Protection Advisor, NBAIR, Bengaluru, shared his views on why farmers should not hold back in adopting new technologies and innovation.
Farmers are little skeptical when you bring out any new technology to them. They are always skeptical. There is a need to convince them. And that is why the government of India is all the time promoting the frontline demonstrations. So the farmers should look at the frontline demonstrations and decide themselves. My appeal to the farmers would be that whatever new technologies are coming, it is good for you only. After so much of effort by the researchers, by the scientists, the new products are coming. So let us try to adopt those new technologies.
The final session included panelists who put the spotlight on the significant role of agrochemicals in the growth of Indian agriculture.
What everybody highlighted was that the role agrochemicals play in protecting farmers and in enhancing the farmers' income has not been highlighted properly. It's primarily because of the connotations attached to the word pesticide, and everybody wanted it to be called crop medicine. I think that's a great idea. So we hope that catches traction, because that highlights that what pesticides are for crops is same as what medicines are for human beings or animals. Apart from it, there was also a discussion around the myths and the perception issue. I think a lot of deliberation went into that, and then there's a decision that action will be taken around it, and the industry has sought the support of government and regulators and other stakeholders, including media, to kind of build up the right positioning for crop medicines.
We bring graduates that is in other fields, but they are willing to invest themselves and their time and to build agriculture as a career. So that's why the school is built. to train young graduates who are motivated to be able to understand technology and the importance of how to transform technology into the agriculture, and therefore be able for them to practice them in real time in the farming community, and then be able to develop a career out of it. We partner with state government, we partner with AgroBank to provide land and also early financial so that they can really invest in both correct input, correct best of practice, and then be able to allow them to bring their products into the market and be able to ensure a higher level of accessibility so that they can build a career.
Today we had this, along with our 43rd AGM of the CropLife India, we had this session of the National Conference on India and emerging global food hub and role of sustainable crop protection solutions. So we know that a lot of myths have been created because of the vested interest of some of the activists and the NGOs. A lot of negative perceptions has been created. A lot of campaign has been done posing that how much the excess pesticides we are using in globally. But if you see the data, it's a factual data. On an average, we use only somewhere around the 380 gram per hectare pesticides are being used in India, and whereas if we compare in any of the other countries who are developed, like even for the China or the US or the Japan, the ranges is somewhere between the 10 to 12 or 14 kg per hectare also.
Rahul Dhanuka, Joint Managing Director, Dhanuka Agritech Limited, shared how India's leading agrochemical organization is working towards advancement in agriculture.
We do say that agriculture is the backbone of Indian economy, and we do understand that it is socially, politically and economically very important. Yet, what we don't appreciate is how much effort goes inside in bringing food to our plates. And food doesn't come from malls, as probably some of the urban population would understand. Food comes from hard work of farmer in the field, in high temperatures, in heavy rains, and sometimes a drought situation. Crop care companies are working very closely with the farmer in terms of bringing right solution in technologies, training the farmer on the right use methodology, and constantly working on upgrading yields, productivity and quality of his produce. At Dhanuka Agritech, we try to bring best of the products to the Indian farmer.
For more updates on agri news, keep watching Krishi Jagran Business.